Carbon capture and storage is essentially a byproduct of carbon dioxide injection. In CO2 injection, gas is injected into a well to mix with the unproduced hydrocarbons and then extracted from the flow stream later. The injected carbon dioxide eventually leaves the reservoir. This is where carbon capture and storage is different. Carbon capture storage, CCS, is taking CO2 pollution and permanently storing it very deep within the earth. This technique has produced a very lucrative new market. The Sleipner field, composed of the Utsira sandstone west of Norway, is estimated to permanently hold 600 billion tons of carbon dioxide. This means that all carbon dioxide produced by human activities for the next 20 years could be stored there. Even after oil production ceases in this reservoir, several companies are taking interest in the idea of commercial storage of carbon dioxide. Here in the United States of America, Texas accounts for the largest emissions of carbon dioxide due to the power plants and refineries along the Gulf Coast. The Environmental Protection Agency has mandated that Texas reduce CO2 emissions by 39% by 2030. If the government would follow in the footsteps of Norway, who finds $50 per ton of CO2 released into the atmosphere, an astounding thing could happen. So let's talk numbers. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, suppliers are taking 2.7 billion cubic feet per day of naturally occurring carbon dioxide, which means they're drilling it and sending it through pipelines to older oil fields that were once considered dead, to produce 282,000 barrels a day. Without the carbon dioxide injection, there wouldn't be this additional 282,000 barrels a day. And at the current market price of $61.32 per barrel, this additional production is valued at $17,292,240 per day. The average cost to capture, clean, and compress carbon dioxide being released by other industries, such as fertilizer plants and natural gas processing plants, is on average about $3 per 1,000 cubic feet. This means that if suppliers were to purchase their daily gas usage, they would need to spend $8.1 million a day. Because 1 ton of carbon dioxide takes the space of 18,885 cubic feet, the mass equivalent of their CO2 use per day is 142,970 metric tons. If the United States were to pass similar legislation like Norway at $50 a ton, the rig operators and the industry that they purchase the CO2 from would be saving $7,148,530 each per day in tax credits. That alone is just $1 million shy of the purchasing cost for the drillers. Subtract the overhead costs for maintaining and drilling for naturally occurring carbon dioxide, and this becomes a profitable endeavor for all parties involved, including the environment. Carbon dioxide injection is indeed very profitable. Whether it be used for enhanced oil recovery or commercial carbon storage, the entire oil and gas industry, as well as other producers of carbon dioxide, should invest in infrastructure now that would be extremely beneficial to them as well as to society in the near future.